Buddhism teaches us to achieve the ultimate and perfect Buddhahood. It does not teach us to be an arhat or a bodhisattva. Where can we find such a rooted nature? In fact, it is not that there is no such root, but there is no predestined relationship. I have thought about it for many years, hoping to have an Amitabha village, which is the fate of our joint practice. Every day here recites the Buddha's name without interruption, just like the old master Dixian teaches the potter that method. That method is good, very relevant to us today. If you are tired, then rest. If you rest well, then continue to chant, day and night without interruption. I have a small ashram in Australia, and recently I was doing the 7th Buddha retreat, and more than a dozen fellow practitioners here attended it. Next to my chanting hall is now the circulation office, and I will move the circulation office out in the future. After moving out, I plan to make a room in this place, one for males and one for females, next door to the chanting hall. When you are tired of chanting, you can lie down there and rest. Our place is small and can accommodate about 48 people. We provide this cause and condition. For these 48 people, we will adopt Lucian Yuengong's method and sign up. This registration is not to go there to get 1 or 2 Buddha 7s. Once you register, you will enter the Buddhist hall for life. This was the case with Lucian Yuengong in the past, and the old man himself did not go down the mountain. We are in this hall of chanting the Buddha, and our whole heart and mind is to seek the highest grade of rebirth. In the future, after I do it well, my hall of worship will be titled Superior Class Buddhist Hall. If we don't set up a middle class one, we will decide to build a Shangpai Buddhist hall. There are only 48 people who are truly like-minded. In order to strengthen my faith and vows, I lecture on the scriptures at night in the Buddhist hall. I think this teaching can be continued for 3 to 5 years, then there is no need to preach anymore, because everyone understands, everything is clear, all doubts are uprooted. You have to know that all 48 people have become Buddhas, so it's still worth it. 48 Buddhas, incredible. Fate is excellent. How can you do without this fate? I'm old now, and I'm about to enter the Buddha hall. What about the Dharma promotion group in the future? Young masters, I encourage you to devote yourself to the work of propagating the Dharma and benefiting living beings. Do it with all your heart. And retire at the age of 60 or 70. Retirement at the age of 70 is our ancient system in China. We read ancient books, 70 will lead to success, and retirement is the result of success. 70 was the retirement age for officials in ancient China. When you reach the age of 70, you can retire to the Buddhist hall to recite the Buddha and do your own business. There are 2 ashrams like this, and both understanding and practice can make Buddhism flourish. So when it comes to this place, the Buddha saves sentient beings, and when he sees the maturity of sentient beings, he arouses boundless joy. Buddha increases our favorable conditions, we must generate this mind. You want to say, what kind of merit we do is the greatest? The most meaningful and extraordinary merit is to organize a Dharma promoting group and build a Buddhist hall for rebirth. This merit is number 1 and boundless. When Master Uyi told us in the essential explanation of the Amitabha Sutra, he also talked about the 2 words, Buddha speaks. He said, Buddha takes life as his heart, and the opportunity for sentient beings to become a Buddha is ripe. The ancients have never said this method of his, and he said it so firmly and surely, the opportunity for sentient beings to become a Buddha is ripe. And for all the world speak this Dharma, difficult to believe, extremely difficult. The Pure Land method is called the Unbelievable method, and it helps these sentient beings to achieve the ultimate and perfect Buddhahood. There is no way to describe this kind of joy, so the Buddha said it. Master Uyi said this very correctly, and after we read it, we were completely convinced. Therefore, all the Buddhas and Bodhisattvas of the 10 directions and the 3 times, seeing the people with mature roots, all of them did not fail to proclaim this Dharma door. Because this can be known, the person's root nature is not yet ripe, or in other words, still not qualified to be a Buddha. Can be qualified to be a Bodhisattva, the Buddha immediately declared other Mahayana dharmas. Seeing that this living being was qualified to be an arhat and attained the fruit of Pratyekabuddha, the Buddha immediately told them the Dharma door of Sravaka and Pratyekabuddha. Seeing that this sentient being is very attached to emotions and has deep wrong views, and he is still unable to break free from the 6 realms of reincarnation, the Buddha taught him the small law of humanity in heaven, and advised him to obtain a human body in the next life so that he would not fall into the 3 evil realms. Therefore, the Buddha speaks earnestly to all sentient beings and responds to the occasion. This is what the Buddha speaks.